And we're back. Now, technically, for the 6th episode. Jeebus
And,
Christ.
yeah, and
Oh, that's
we're
mental.
right on schedule.
Yeah, we
Top
swear. Totally not an hour 50 behind.
Oh, so much more.
Yeah, technically. So, we had a few issues last week, technically, but it's technically today. It's weird. It's a lot of mixed up. The Twitter account specified that yes, we've had some technical issues. We had to re-record episode 5 today, and that'll be going out later today rather than at 10 o'clock in the morning, which it usually does. So that's the overall quick overview of what's gone off. So now we're start recording the 6th episode straight after, which is fun. But yes, technically we have 5 episodes out publicly by the time this goes out. So
Yeah,
hooray for that. We're doing something. And the TikTok's actually getting followers now. We're at 9,
yeah,
I think.
yeah. I saw that actually.
Some of them know
And
me in person, which is weird.
no,
Yeah, they randomly found us. I don't know how.
hmm.
But we also. Oh, no, we're at 10 followers.
Oh, it was 9 when I last looked as well, so that's went up.
We also got a comment.
Did we?
Yeah. If you'd like to. You can actually give your answer to this as well, because they asked, out of interest, what games do we both play, and what console are we playing them on? Now, I responded on my personal TikTok and just put, we play a vast majority of games both in between single player and multiplayer, with co-op if possible. We primarily play on PC as neither of us own a next gen console system as of yet.
It's
Would
fairly
you?
accurate.
Yeah, I thought so too. Is there any games though that you would like to specify that you play?
I'm sure it's been obviously noted that I play a lot of Rust, and I'm waiting on last season 20 of Diablo 3. That's my current games. But as you're aware, Rory, I have had my craving for first-person shooters this week, so I spent pretty much the entire week trying to fix Fallout 4 because it was dying miserably when I was trying to mod it.
Ah, it's all good Fallout games do.
Oh, absolutely.
uh, I know me personally, I've been playing a lot of Hogwarts Legacy. I've been playing a lot more Hitman 3 recently. You know, the
I noticed
new
you were
trilogy.
on that earlier.
Yeah, it's good fun. Plus, you know, they've added a system for VR to work with it, and
Oh, interesting.
that's just daft as anything. It really is. You go to
Is
strangle
the
someone, and sometimes they
Yes, that's
fly up
that
to the sky.
clip. Yeah, that's that clip that I see.
Yeah, you get that, and then also, as I started to do when I strangle someone, I pull them back, and they like bend their back a full 90 degrees, so it looks like they're just looking up at you. It's
You
fucking
like to
hilarious.
look into their eyes as the light burns out.
That's funny you mention it actually, because I did actually shout at one guy last night when I was playing it. I brought him down to like my waist as he was looking up into my eyes and just went, "Yes, your soul is leaving," and yeah, he died. Um, it's some fun to do, you know. You gotta have a laugh where you go. But yeah, me and Panda primarily, we sit and play as many VR co-op games as we can. But I think the last good one we played was After the Fall.
That was brilliant game.
It's phenomenal. It's just sadly short. That's the only issue with it.
That was the sad thing, and one thing I would like to see is like being able to get unlock more of the mods
Yeah,
because having to just replay the missions over and over to get the mods for the weapons unlocked kind of was sad to see.
yeah, I'd fully agree with that. I really would like to see more VR games that are co-op that people like you and me could sit and play for a fair few hours and just fucking have a laugh, have some fun with it. Don't get me wrong, nowadays there's a hell of a lot of these VR shooters, multiplayer games. They're fine, but it's never as good as when you can sit there and play co op VR.
Yeah, I love VR in general. It's like a lot of fun, but it's the same with the single player games. I love them as well, but you just want to be able to play the multiplayer. It's just it brings so much more to enjoyment to it.
Oh yeah, like I don't have much interest nowadays in multiplayer games, just pure multiplayer. But any game that does co-op, I will try and spend some time in because I just want to play with friends and have a good laugh. I don't want to kick people's asses who are about 7 years old. I want to be able to play games with friends, take the piss, and have a good time.
Yep,
And
that's
that's
the best
pretty
way
much
to
it.
do it.
That's like pretty much my way of looking at things, anyways. And as you just confirmed, this is pretty much the way we play games. When we were playing After the Fall, it was just so much of a laugh. And the amount of times we'd go down because we were playing something a bit worse or a bit more like aggressive on the harder difficulties. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ. If people didn't hear us crying before, we were probably crying afterwards. That one mission ended up going down 4 or 5 times, and all Will kept going was, "Stay alive! Stop running into corners!"
Meanwhile, as I'm saying that, you're already dead, and I just
Yeah,
didn't know it.
yeah, exactly. It's just the way it goes. But yeah, that's our comment for this week. And we do thank you, Bez, for the comment. It's nice to be able to respond to people and see what people have got to think. So yeah, thank you very much for
Yeah,
that.
appreciate it. I'd love to see more.
100%. It'd be great to respond to more of you as time goes by. So, this week, technically, I actually do have a topic.
Oh,
Weirdly enough, I've kept it.
surprise!
I kept this topic all the way through us re-recording that. I don't know how. So, it's another controversy.
Oh
Dun
no.
dun 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 and all that jazz. so, basically, what had gone on. Actually, I need to quickly address one of the comments that we received on the 9th of February. I completely forgot about this because I responded to it briefly. When I was talking about that review that called the gaming community racist with you, our community manager, our social media manager, posted it, and they responded. Someone responded, "I had two choices: this or Hogwarts Legacy. I tried the spoken demo, hated the movement and casting mechanics. Hogwarts won hands down." I'd respect that. I respect it. I did respond to him personally and just basically put Hogwarts Legacy has been great fun. That'll be next week's topic. It's a lot more enjoyable, to say the least. And yeah, it was phenomenal. Um, but move on now. I need to do so.
Yes, in the last episode, we pretty much we didn't pretty much we did only talk about Hogwarts and anything related to it. So
Yeah, we had to recap an hour 33 into an hour due to the issues that we had. But this week will be a mixture because I do actually have to bring up Hogwarts within this because it's kind of similar. So, the Hogwarts controversy. We know about it, we've discussed it, we uploaded an episode about it today, technically. Later today, it'll be uploaded, but last week for you guys. And it's a shitty situation. We admitted that, we spoke about that, we've discussed it quite heavily. Another game that I'm looking forward to has fallen under controversy, Will.
hmm,
Do you want to
I
take a
feel like
guess at what game this could be?
that's just all that's happening these days, man.
Sadly so. Take a
What
guess
game
then,
is it?
mate.
I
What game do you think I am looking forward to that could possibly be under controversy?
I can't even remember, man.
Atomic Hearts.
Oh yes, of course. How could I be this way, man?
Atomic Hearts is under fire due to one YouTube video. Sadly, that is not a joke. One YouTube video is causing this issue.
Kind of all it takes these days.
Yeah. Here it is. Do not buy Atomic Heart, it's called. Atomic Heart. Please don't buy Atomic Heart. And basically, a friend of mine actually made a video regarding this. And when I messaged you earlier this week, I actually did discuss it with you due to the fact we actually may have been able to get him on. And at some point we can in the possibly will in the future. But he basically reviewed this video himself because the guy is basically pushing not to buy Atomic Heart because it is apparently funding the Russian war against the Ukraine.
I'm curious as to where they got this information.
So, basically, to sum it up, he has pinpointed numerous of the creators of the company that is creating Atomic Heart and realized that they worked previously in companies in Russia. Since the Ukraine war, these guys actually changed their headquarters from Russia, apparently, according to this video. I cannot 100% confirm it. From Russia to, I believe it's like somewhere in mid-Europe, somewhere in the middle of Europe. Anyways, they completely moved their headquarters, and when asked what they thought about the issue with the Ukraine war, they did come out and made a comment saying, "Guys, we have noted the questions surrounding where we at Mundfish stand. We want to assure you that Mundfish is a developer and studio with a global team focused on an innovative game and is undeniably a pro-peace organisation against violence against people. We do not comment on politics or religion. Rest assured, we are a global team focused on getting Atomic Heart into the hands of gamers everywhere." Now, he proceeded to pull up the fact that they don't make comments on politics or religion when they're making a game pretty much dedicated to about technically politics when it comes down to the USSR. Now, in my friend's response to this, he decided to pull up his argument about what was it now? That was it. About them talking about this company supporting Russia in the war against Ukraine. There was a game that came out recently, and it got pulled down within a couple of weeks because it was suspected that they were funding Russia. And it was instantly brought down. My friend's comment is, Microsoft is backing this game and funding it. He's going to trust a money-hungry studio like Microsoft in comparison to some random guy on the internet who has got a severe bias against this game. And I actually would agree with that. Because if a company got completely obliterated by the US government because it was suspected that they were funding the Russian war, then I can't really see that going very well. But the other major thing is that he spent a lot of time insulting people within this review, within
That
this discussion.
seems completely against what he's trying to make his point about.
Yeah, well, let's just say he started out by immediately saying that if you are one of those people who bought Hogwarts Legacy, even though there was a massive controversy about it, then click off this video now how as there's like nothing that's going to convince you otherwise anyways. And basically just really trying to dig at people who think for themselves. Well, for
Yeah,
some part. There is others out there, obviously, as we discussed prior, that bought Hogwarts Legacy just to be a dick.
unfortunately so.
Yeah. But for the people out there who fought for themselves and bought it because they wanted to, and because they thought it would be fun, and was logical people about it, fair play. In regards, this guy just dug straight at anyone who fought like that. Didn't like it. And pretty much his entire discussion regarding this was pulling up past information that didn't really hold much weight. There was a few bits that I could understand, such as the Atomic Heart announcement teaser trailer came out in 2017, and pretty much its entire purpose was to get people to add it to their wish list on Steam before
Yeah.
they'd even seen a gameplay, and people could purchase it before then apparently.
Really?
Yeah, before the release date was even out, people could purchase it, and the higher release. It was kind of weird. In Russia, they also hosted a full-on like themed party, and the theme, because obviously it was USSR, was a USSR kind of theme. In Russia, of all places, bit weird. One guy commented, being really sarcastic. I kind of found it amusing. Imagine if developers of Wolfenstein had a Nazi-themed party.
Oh Jesus Christ,
Yeah,
man.
there, there are some interesting people out there, but I can see where he's coming from in that regard.
Yeah.
As I said, there are certain bits, and I get that, but once translated the banners and things, and it actually states that Atomic Heart is critical of the Soviet regime. Meanwhile, Atomic Heart Party, glory to Soviet engineers, comrade joined the Society of Tomorrow. Which I kind of didn't understand this bit, because those comments are obviously going to be in major Soviet places, because the Soviets want more people to join. But in the game and in the story, they're more than likely going to basically dive in to why this society turned out so bad and why everything turned tits up.
Yeah.
It's clearly that's the route they're going to go, because you could see it from the trailers and all that sort of stuff. It was kind of obvious. But sadly, there was a lot in regard to what had gone on with things such as this. And the guy also discussed how the only way to really fight it was to go to the Steam page of the game, click on the complaint flag, and select item breach of the law contains materials that violate the laws of your country, and write the
Jeez.
following text. And basically, it was like a violation of law of Ukraine on condemnation of the Communist and National Socialist Party, Nazi, regimes and prohibition of propaganda of their symbols. Which kind of brings me back to an old discussion I had with a friend of mine, which was regarding how I find it really weird nowadays that you don't see this in games, especially when the game tries to be historically accurate, and all you see are like the lesser known symbols nowadays.
Yeah.
And I find it a bit weird personally, especially when you're trying to be historically accurate. But it's because so many people don't want to see it or don't like it or stuff like that, which I get. There should be an option, turn it on, turn it off, whatever. Personally, I kind of just go by, well, it makes sense historically, it's there, logical, fair enough. Move on. If you don't like it, turn it off, find a way, whatever. There's multiple options, there always is. And don't harass them because it has that. There are options. There are different copies sold around the world because certain people don't like it. It's one of those things. And as I've said to you for a long time, mate, that I'm of the idea that we should learn about history and keep it there so that we don't repeat those steps. It's the reason we're taught about it as a major thing.
Yeah.
But my friend decided to look a bit further into this guy because he was a little bit agitated, it seemed. And it turns out all this that's really on this guy's channel, other than this, is Destiny 2. Now, another major company who really isn't liked very much are known as Tencent, and basically they're the Chinese government. Pretty much a company owned by the Chinese government, and they are known for monitoring our data and giving it to the Chinese government. Apparently, or supposedly, I'll say. There is proof behind both arguments of the sides, so I'm not going to say either or. But Tencent invested directly into Destiny 2, yet the guy's not condemning that. Which is why my friend turned around and went, what's with the bias of this? It doesn't make much sense. So, yeah, it's an interesting one.
Yeah, it's not really one that I know much about, so I can't really comment much on it.
It's basically just lots of games industries doing either good things or bad things. To sum it up.
Sure, it's always happening anywhere.
Oh,
Happens with
100%.
every kind of industry. So unfortunately, there's not really much you can do about it. You just gotta pick and choose if you want to get involved with it or not.
Exactly.
And if you don't, then don't get their games.
Oh, 100%, mate. It's it's very much an interesting one. But as we say, we just kind of either go yep or no for that one.
Yep.
Oh.
What's up?
I was just quickly checking Twitter just to see if there was anything interesting. And Legacy Killer HD, who's quite a big YouTuber, put a post up about a Twitch streamer called Silver Veil, who's a VTuber, if you've ever seen those.
I know all of it.
Yeah. Well, apparently she was brought to tears after being doxxed/harassed for playing Hogwarts Legacy.
Oh.
And
another reason that people are being just pieces of shit.
exactly. And he posted it, and someone, he's got a few people who've commented above it, quote retweeted him, and put absolutely justified, well deserved. I don't know what's funnier, the crying or how ugly this VTuber model is. The fact that you all somehow believe this woman is shocking, holy shit, go to acting school. If she was LGBT, she wouldn't take it seriously for a second. And this is a volcano lava hot take, but this action should be encouraged. If all cis people experience the same amount of hatred marginalized groups receive every day, they'll come to the realization that transphobes are evil individuals. It's so basically it's the ideology of because I've been bullied, you should be bullied.
Well, no, because then that just starts a two-way war that will never end.
Exactly. It there's so many of them.
Too many of them.
There is. I mean, I've come across like even more now, and it's like, why? It just does not make sense to me how horrific it can be. Someone commented on it though, and I've got to give it it's kind of amusing. Me plays Hogwarts Legacy once, me, and then do you remember when Venom went up Tobey Maguire's arm and turned his suit black the first time?
Yeah.
Basically, on the arm where Venom's taken over, it just says transphobia, and it's just slowly building across him. And it's like, yeah, I get what you're saying. That's not how it works, 100%. I understand the sarcasm of what you're saying, and fair play to you, because nowadays it just seems to be so screwed with it. Oh. That's pretty nice. Apparently Steam's just had an update for a new layout on the beta. Actually looks quite nice. It shows you your games, total hours played, last played, achievements, and then a brief list of the achievements. It looks quite fancy. Consider me shocked. Didn't expect to find that today.
Hmm.
But no, I'm just having a quick look around, see if there's anything quick to come across, really. So what I'm probably going to do, pause there briefly and come back shortly. And we're back. So we've decided to look into what games actually are coming out after Atomic Heart because, as Will just said, it's probably the last notable one that we've heard of as recent.
Yeah, that I've seen anyway. I've not really heard of anything other than that. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's looking absolutely brilliant, but it's a question of like after that, like it's definitely if it goes as well as it sounds like it's gonna go, it'll
Oh yeah.
definitely keep people entertained for a while, but only for so long. So after that, like what else? What else do we have?
Well, I'm just going to mention ones that personally grabbed my interest here, and I'll send you the list as well, just so then you can have a look if you'd like.
Yeah, sure.
Here's the release articles of like however many games are on here. But the one I found releases on the 23rd of February, Sons of the Forest.
Oh yeah. Um, there's the guys that I work with. They've been talking about it for quite a while. They're wanting to get into that, so they are.
Same here, to be honest. I really enjoyed the first one, so the
Yeah,
sequel will
it's
be
it's
quite
it's
nice.
just a continuation of the forest, isn't it?
From what I know,
Yeah, so I hope it's something a lot more in depth because the first one was enjoyable and fun to play, but I don't know, I felt like it lacked a lot as well.
yeah, apparently, according to one of the guys I watch on YouTube who went out to actually playtest it, he said it was absolutely amazing in every way, and as a forest creator, he was well and truly impressed.
Hmm.
A Peaky Blinders VR game.
Peaky Blinders, never that's a show, isn't it?
Yes,
Yeah, I never watched that. Why
I
on earth
tried
is
it.
there a Tomb Raider mobile game?
I don't know. For a lot of people, they'll be interested in this. The Last of Us releases in March 28th on PC. Personally, I have no interest in
No,
The
we
Last of Us.
both, if you remember, we both went on about how we were very confused because we thought both of The Last of Us were already out.
Yeah.
But I'm still not entirely certain what's going on with that.
Uh, Hogwarts Legacy releases on PS4 and Xbox One on April 4th.
I didn't even know
I didn't know
they were
either.
so far behind. I thought they got released at the same time for PC.
I thought the same.
Hmm.
Dead Island 2, April 21st.
Oh yeah.
That'll be interesting. Ooh, Star Wars Jedi Survivor, April 28th. The sequel to Jedi Fallen Order.
That'll definitely have a lot of heads turned.
Oh, 100%. Uh, Bethesda's next release, well, technically Bethesda, Redfall. Basically, Left 4 Dead 2, but with vampires.
Hmm.
May 2nd.
I hope there's one I'm looking forward to, Diablo 4 in June.
Well, hey. Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, May 26th. If you've not seen any trailers for that, I highly recommend taking a look. Because that actually
Might
looks
have,
like good fun.
might have to have a nosy myself then.
Yeah, Diablo 4, as you said. I don't have
Hogwarts
much.
Legacy on the Switch in
It's
July.
July 25th. Wait, what the hell's this Disney Illusion Island?
I have no idea.
July 28th. Disney Illusion Island for the Switch, July 28th. That looks quite old style.
Yeah, I was just thinking that it looks like it's gonna be something to do with like when they were first a thing,
Looks
because
kind of
that is a
Cupheady.
very old art style. Yeah,
The Mickey Mouse co-op platformer.
there's
Very odd.
um there's actually a whole to be announced section at
Ah,
the bottom. They're thinking about putting After the Fall on PSVR 2.
yeah, they are. When that releases, there's a few games that actually look pretty interesting for PSVR 2. PSVR 2, by the way, as much as I was going to give it crap at first, I finally came across the specs. They look like it's actually going to be worth it. The only downside is, as we can expect, no link to PC. It's PS only,
Yeah.
which kind of takes off a lot of what you'd really want to be doing with them. But they
But
want to
again,
keep it to the
that's Sony
platform.
being Sony though.
They want to keep it to the platform. Fair play to them. Let them do what they want to do.
Ooh, Payday 3 is to be announced apparently.
Yes, Payday 3 is coming out this year.
So they say anyway.
Yeah, but we'll wait and see. Assassin's Creed Mirage. Assassin's Creed really went downhill for me. Last ones I truly enjoyed was probably Black Flag, and before that, probably Ezio. The Ezio trilogy. Ark Survival Evolved 2, because we need
It's not
more.
already released.
No, it's coming out still. They've been saying that for years, though. It was supposed to come out last year and the year before that, so I'm still waiting.
Yeah, it sounds like we'll be waiting a while.
Yeah. What else do we have? Crash Team Rumble. That sounds familiar to me. Don't know why. Bless you, by the way.
I didn't. Who?
It sounded like you sneezed.
No, I took a drink of water.
Oh, even weirder.
Yeah.
Everywhere platforms to be announced. Don't know what the fuck everywhere is.
It's everywhere, man. How do you not know?
Oh, it'll be one that I avoid. Ex GTA 5 bosses new game reacts to NFTs and crypto concerns. We do not like dismissing new technologies only because others haven't found a solution for them yet. I'm fine. NFTs can stay the fuck away from my gaming. Thank you very much. That one did look interesting. Now looking at Flintlock: The Siege of Dawn. It's an interesting looking game, to be honest. Oh, it looks like Ghost Runners 2 might end up being released this year. That'd be interesting. And a new Ghostbusters game.
Possibly. It's all like stuff that they're not too sure when it's
Yeah. I mean, they're bringing out a Ghostbusters game for the Quest 2 and PSVR 2. That'll be fun.
VR.
Yeah.
Ghostbusters. That will be interesting.
That'll be an interesting bit of time, that.
Another Hello Neighbor release. Wait,
I'm
for the Quest. Wait,
Search and Rescue. Is that hide and seek?
might be. I don't know.
For the Quest could be interesting.
It doesn't really have any info.
About right. Kerbal Space Program 2. That's the surprise.
I did not get round to the first one.
I finally managed to. It took me a while, but I got there.
New Marvel Spider-Man, but that's for
Yeah.
PS5.
Marvel Spider-Man 2. Would be interesting. They're bringing out Pistol Whip on PSVR 2. PlayStation players will have some fun with that. I know I did. Sherlock Holmes game, another one. Silent Hill Ascension. Damn. Okay. SpongeBob SquarePants, the Cosmic Shake.
I was gonna say it's a very much anticipated game right there, SpongeBob.
Just underneath it is the game that I've been waiting for a very long time. Stalker 2, Heart of Chernobyl. If no one knows, I am a massive Stalker fan. I absolutely love those games, especially when you start adding mods, because that thing goes mental. Oh, honestly, it's crazy the shit you can play in that game.
There's a game called The Lord of the Rings Gollum.
Yeah. So we get a game where we can play as Gollum.
Hell yeah, man.
All
Just
I've
sit
ever
running
wanted.
around. It turns out it's a massive multiplayer game. You just can sit running around screaming Gollum down the mic and my precious.
My precious. That's one I didn't expect to see. The Wolf Among Us 2. Walking Dead Saints
Oh
and
yeah,
Sinners Chapter
saw
2.
that.
That'll be good. Do love The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners.
I'm
Good
still
fun.
to finish the actual show.
I don't think I'll ever get around to it, to be honest.
No, I haven't either. That seems to be about it.
Yeah, to be honest, there's a fair few then that's going to be
Yeah.
coming for release, which is good to see. Now,
Who knows? Maybe there'll be some more announcements of games that were kept in the dark from us.
well, if we have any more like Bethesda's, Xbox's / Bethesda's sudden announcement and release on the same day, like Hi-Fi Rush, maybe.
Yeah, you never know.
I mean, nothing wrong with it. um, yeah, a PlayStation exclusive game got released recently.
What's that?
Returnal.
I've not heard of it.
I think basically you get like 7 lives, I believe it is. If you die 7 times, then you have to start from the beginning of the game, brand new again.
See, I don't like concepts like that. I
Yeah.
think that's mostly because of how I'm an absolute idiot, and I see something that I question. I wonder if I can get out of the map from there. So I then attempt to jump to there and just end up falling off of the edge of the map to my death.
We do that all the time.
It's basically all I do.
Yeah. If anyone thinks that just watching him play a game would be bad, think about playing games through with him. It's not an easy task. It's fun though. It's always fun. For about 20 minutes. Anyways.
Well, yeah, the first 20 minutes of the game. It's funny because I just keep randomly saying "I'm dead, I'm dead, I'm dead" randomly,
Yeah.
and then after that 20 minutes, you start to get very bored.
But he still continues.
Well, I am stupid, so you know.
Yeah, it happens to us all, mate. Happens to us all. So, apparently, Metro Exodus has got a sequel coming out.
Oh,
And the Metro Exodus developers have reported that the sequel is reportedly in a fully playable state.
that's a lot of reporting, dude.
Yeah, I know, right?
Sounds like Rust.
Ubisoft
That sounds awesome.
confirms. This is weird.
You
I
said?
was told that E3 was over. Like, not to come back. But Ubisoft has confirmed that it will be at E3 2023 if it happens.
Interesting. Just what I said, by the way, there, where I memed Rust, it just reminded me of something. I have an interesting statistic for you here, Rory.
Oh, I like statistics.
Now I don't know how accurate it is. I just heard it randomly, but through the course of last year, there were 2 million unique accounts on Rust. 800,000 of those were banned.
Yeah, so 800,000 hackers.
Essentially, now you gotta factor in that some people buy multiple accounts.
Yeah.
So but that just means that then the player count is actually less. So the percent, like you have a minimum of a 2 in 5 chance of running into a cheater.
Yeah.
In Rust.
Which is mental.
Is crazy to think about.
It's kind of mental, to be honest.
Like that's the direction games are going in at the minute, which hurts. Like anything that's like multiplayer, like PvP sort of style.
Yeah. I've actually got an interesting thing as well regarding. Do you remember the Microsoft acquisition of Activision?
Yeah.
So apparently, a CMA investigation has provisionally concluded that Microsoft's proposed acquisition of Activision could result in higher prices, fewer choices, and less innovation for UK gamers. This is the 3 major points. In-depth independent investigation provisionally finds deals raises concerns about cloud and console gaming. Merger could make Microsoft even stronger in cloud gaming, stifling competition in this growing market and harming UK gamers who cannot afford expensive consoles. Deal could also harm UK gamers by weakening the important rivalry between Xbox and PlayStation gaming consoles. Now, I don't work at the CMA. I don't have anything to do with them. But just from the outside looking in, Xbox are actually offering consoles for a cheaper price with the Xbox Series S, which is half the price of a regular console because it
We
doesn't have a
discussed
disc
that, I
drive.
believe, didn't we?
We did indeed.
Yeah, it was a much cheaper price, which was crazy. I wasn't even aware it was a thing until then.
Yeah, 100%. Also, Microsoft actually have given Sony the rights to be able to use their cloud services so that Sony could create a cloud gaming system.
Hmm.
So, how could this make them stronger in cloud gaming and stifle the competition when they've given Sony the rights? It's kind of combating itself there. It's just a little bit skeptical on that one. But that article actually came out on the gov.uk website on the 8th of February 2023. So, 11 days ago. Can't believe I missed that last week. There again, Hogwarts Legacy, you know. Can you blame me?
Yeah,
Oh,
safe to say you were certainly distracted by it.
oh yeah. Jesus Christ. Nintendo has won a Joy-Con drift lawsuit because of its terms and conditions. So, even though they know that this is an expensive issue, it's costing people thousands, because of their terms and conditions, they were able to get away with this shit. How is Nintendo one of the most beloved companies out there? Please remind me. They pull more shit than most. What is this crap?
I mean, I think they kind of lead in terms of handheld console.
Well,
Hmm?
well. We'll see how long that lasts with the fucking Steam Deck
Steam
being
Deck? Yeah,
released.
that could have a huge change, but then again, at the same time, I
I'm
won't
gonna
have
call
any of the Nintendo games on it.
emulation.
Oh god. Denuva, do I have to remind you?
Yeah, amount of controversy around that. Emulation stealing? No, it's not. Swiftly moving on there. That topic is like enough to cause a fucking fire. Jesus. Oh, it's actually kind of mental. But, you know what? To end it off, shall we have a discussion about something a bit more fun? Well,
Please, there's this week and last week has been a whole lot of controversy,
yeah, I'm not used to that.
and I don't I feel very controversial about it.
So, I'm not surprised. So, what I think we should do, we're both going to select a game series. You select one in your head, and it's one that you think people would thoroughly enjoy. And I'll do the same. And if you want, I can go first, and we'll basically recommend a game
feel like you already
series
know what
each.
I'm gonna say.
Probably Rust.
No, 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 that's not a game series. That's
Oh,
just a
good.
game.
That's fair. Uh, Elder Scrolls or Fallout.
Great options, but no.
Oh, go ahead then.
Deus Ex.
Deus Ex. Would you like to
I
further go into this?
I just love the games. I love my stealth games, and that's just a thoroughly enjoyable one to do. And trying to go through and getting as much of the XP as you can from like finding all the secrets to be able to get all your augmentations is just fun. But also just as a first person shooter as well, in general, you don't have to play it as stealth. If you want to go loud, you can, and just going through it as in a game as a whole is just so fun and so enjoyable.
Can't say I follow you at all. They're a fantastic series. especially the remakes that have come out in more recent years. Because I do own one of the older Deus Ex games. I think the first one.
I will admit, the ones that are like that you can when you look at them in comparison, that look considerably older than what they
Yeah,
actually are because of just how there was that leap in like gaming. I haven't played them.
yeah.
Me being me, I can't go backwards in games
I
because
know.
my brain is broken. But I started with Human Revolution. I remember I got Mankind Divided really cheap, but my that was when I had my old PC that couldn't handle it. When
Yeah,
I got this one, I think it must have been one of the first things I played and had on it, and absolutely loved it.
I don't blame you at all, mate.
As for Human Revolution, though, I think I've played that through 20 on times. And quite early on, after I had completed it for the first couple of times, I went through and was doing a little bit of achievement grinding and actually got the ones like of not setting off alarms and also not killing anyone, bosses excluded.
It's all good fun, isn't it?
Oh, phenomenal gaming series, dude. And I hope and I pray that they continue them.
Oh, 100%, mate. I'm fully with you on that.
What about yourself, Roy? What would be your go-to series?
Okay, I will admit I only started with this game series 2 years ago. I think it was. Um, and that's if I count 2023, which technically I shouldn't. I started it in 2021, halfway through the year. Uh, and I
Already
played.
we're already 2 months through, so you're getting to the 2 year mark.
Exactly. But the game series I have to choose is Psychonauts. Now, I sat down after the new one released and played through the first Psychonauts game on Xbox Cloud because they've got a way where basically you can use the cloud system on there connected with a controller and it will work as though you're emulating an original Xbox or Xbox 360. So you can play through it on your PC. So that's what I did. Quite an easy system, works really well, and to be honest, I had a lot of good fun doing it. But it's like a really the game's got a lot of innuendos and small jabs it takes, and it's really weird, but it's so interesting at the same time. You just can't look away or bring yourself to put yourself away from it. And then going from something that looks so old and is so jagged around the edges to the, I think it was 2019, 2018 release, something like that, of their new one, the difference is like impeccable. They kept all the humor, all the fun of it, and everything that made the first game so good, and just upscaled all the graphics. And to sit down and play it is such a great time. And the amount of people out there that haven't given it a shot or just looked at it and went, there's better things out there. I honestly, for the life of me, cannot recommend that game enough. I think it's absolutely phenomenal. I really do. And it's all on Game Pass, so pick it up for cheap.
Yeah.
Just sit and play.
If you want to test it even.
Yeah, exactly. I played through the entire thing on Game Pass, and I've been half tempted to go back and continue playing through Psychonauts 2 so that I can get all the collectibles and shit. I so want to do that.
See, thinking of that, that's like a missed thing in the older games. Now it's like you gotta do this in a specific way to do that at a specific time to get to this, and you just stand there looking at a wall and you get an achievement. Whereas I know that's a very confusing start. But once I say this next part, it'll make sense. Whereas older games that we loved as a kid, back from our childhood, there was nothing difficult about what you had to do to get all your collectibles. You just went around exploring and doing whatever you saw you could do, and you would eventually collect everything, and you would be able to just go through the game, collect everything, and get all the collectibles, and get like feel good for going through and collecting everything, and like being able to visibly see that you have everything. Whereas now there's not really much to do for collectibles, and if there is, you're having to like it's like ridiculous. You have to, as I said, you have to go and do this exact thing at this exact place at this exact time just to pick up a page. It's nothing like cool or anything like. It's just a piece of paper now or a voice
Yeah.
recording for, and that's what's defined as collectibles.
I mean, I still remember back in 'cause the game I grew up with as a kid. My dad put a controller in my hand when I was young, and apparently, according to him, I'd always ask him for help on Crash Bandicoot. That's all I'd play as a kid. Loved it. And I keep asking for help, and he keep helping me. And one day he went, "No, do it yourself." And he thought to himself, "You'll either learn to do it, or you'll stop." And apparently, I just sat there persisting and persisting. By I think 12 years old, the only game my dad could beat me at that point was racing games. Nowadays, I could give him a run for his money, but it took years. And back when I was in to playing Crash Bandicoot, the amount of times all you do, you go through each level, and you'd need to make sure like don't die, collect every fruit, collect the hidden gems, that sort of stuff. It was the stuff that you did, and then you get 100% at the end. But there was something waiting there for you as a reward, like a cutscene, a hidden cutscene, something like that, and that was your reward for all your time playing. Nowadays, you've got trophies and things like that to track that sort of thing. But back on like the PS2 and things like that, you didn't have that. You just got a reward, which was you got a nice cutscene at the end
A nice
to
little
tell you what had gone on.
surprise that like was memorable for what you finally accomplished.
100%.
Whereas now it's like I finally found the last page. A box pops up in the corner of your screen saying achievement, and that's it.
Yeah. And I think, to be honest with you, Hogwarts has done this interestingly. Because, as I said to you earlier, they actually have a little book that basically you're going around and filling up with all your information. And once you get to 100%, that's actually part of the main quest line. It's part of the main quest line for the game. So I don't know what comes afterwards, but I'm interested to find out, to say the least. It'll be quite intriguing to see. And I'm hoping it'll be something just as memorable. It'd be nice to bring something like that back to modern gaming.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd say we can leave it there, mate.
Sounds good to me, brother.
We hope everyone has enjoyed this episode. We know it's been a little bit more all over the place, but
Yeah, bit of a confusing time for us as well. Not to
yeah,
fear.
you're not on your own there. But once again, if you guys enjoyed it, feel free to subscribe, like, follow, any of the other good things that you're able to do. We're
A
still
huge shout
learning.
to the two commenters that we received.
Yes, thank you very much. It was great to
We
actually respond to them.
Yep, and we hope to hear more because it always is nice to add it into the conversations. It's a nice little change of pace as well because instead of us just talking about things, we can actually talk about topics that other people want to hear, or even if it's just responding to a comment, or even if someone's just left something nice, just a little quick break in the scene, just to thank them.
100%. And in future, if we do have any, I'll collect them beforehand, and we can just spend a bit of time either at the beginning or the end and just go through them.
Yep.
Sounds good. Well, we hope you all have enjoyed, and we hope to catch you all in the next one. Bye bye for now.
See you again, guys.